So you're over 40. You want to learn how to make money online, but you are petrified, confused, overwhelmed at what to do and where to start. And what's this secret that you're talking about, Trevor? Well, I'll tell you about that secret in a moment. But before I do, I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Trevor Russell. Oh, and by the way, I left my jacket at home and it's getting a bit cold here in Australia. I know, go figure, right? And I live in Queensland. So I found a t-shirt to kind of make into a scarf to share this quick bit of info with you, which I hope you find helpful. I decided mid last year that I really wanted to learn how to not only do what we do every day online, checking social media, whatever we do online. I decided I wanted to learn how to build a business online. And maybe you're asking that question of yourself. How can I make money online without all the BS, without all the hype, without all the success stories of, oh, I've got a client that just made $300,000 in 2 seconds and blah, blah, blah. And if people are achieving that, wonderful. I'm not achieving that yet, or maybe ever, I don't know, but I do know what my goal is. But coming back to the title of this video, what is the number one secret to learning how to make money online for newbies, beginners, over 40? Because that's me, right? A little bit past 40 now. What's that secret? And it's got nothing to do with the technology. It's got nothing to do with selling t-shirts off Amazon or books. It's this number one thing that I learned from a mentor that I'm now studying with, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. And yes, I have a program, I have a information to help people learn how to get a business going online and making money, primarily for beginners and newbies, because that's who I am. If you're super savvy and you're already doing it, great, and I caught your attention. But this is really for newbies who are exploring this, but have fears running through their mind. Too old, too late, too soon, too whatever, don't know what I would do, blah, 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 which is all the fears, which leads me to the number one secret. Before you get into any strategy about how to make a video, where you're going to do it, what platform, it is mindset. The number one thing that I've learnt, and I have to apply every day and more as I want to progress on my own journey to building a business online that I love, that serves a niche of people and actually can give me some money for the value that I'm delivering to the world, is a goal that I set. And when I really set the goal, fear took over, and it still takes over to this day. And as the more I'm developing and growing and learning, the more my fear and that inner voice, excuse me, just have a drink here, is screaming louder and louder. And do you have that voice? Can you relate to it? Do you want to do something online? Do you want to start making an income so you can work from home and all that stuff that's promoted out there, which is what I want to do too. But like I said, I'm not there yet. But it's this mindset, and the mindset, and you may have heard about this, and I'm sure you have, but the number one thing I've realized and been applying, not perfectly, but doing my best to apply, is believing that I can do it while my brain says I can't. When my brain is telling me, oh, do you want to know why the brain does it if you don't already know this? The brain is giving us these thoughts to protect us from a perceived danger that just isn't real. The danger of learning something new, putting ourselves out there. That is when the brain kicks in. And if you know about the 4 stages of learning, I'm unconsciously incompetent. In other words, I'm 5 years old. I have no idea about anything other than basic things, to then getting to a point in our life where we might want to learn we decide we want to learn to do something new, which is consciously incompetent. We become aware that we want to achieve a goal and we want to do something, but we don't know how to do it. That's when fear kicks in. It kicks in and says you can't do it, it won't work, you're too tall, you're too short, you're too old, it's too late, which is all a load of BS, because if that was true, why is it that there are people just like us doing it and succeeding in whatever it is? So the first thing is we've got to recognize that voice, and then what can we do to progress from the consciously incompetent, which is, again, I know that I don't know things, so that means fear's kicking in, to get us to consciously competent, which is I know how to do it, I'm doing it, but I have to think, and I have to do things in careful step-by-step processes to just now being masterful at it. And I love the example of driving a car. When we first decided we wanted to learn how to drive a car, it was overwhelming. It's confusing, maybe not for all people, but I know it was for me. And you go do all the tests and you got to practice, but it's nerve-wracking. You got to look everywhere, and then you get training, you get someone to help you with learning how to drive, you get a driver coach, then you go for your preliminary license and you go for the next one. So it's a progressive journey, but then you get to the point where you get in a car, you know you've got to go somewhere, and you don't even remember getting there, because you're now unconsciously competent. You just know it. And that is why coming back to this space of what's the first number one thing for beginners to get going and learning how to make money online, build a business online, is to recognize that voice of fear, doubt, and doom and disaster, and all the stuff that it'll tell you to try and stop you and protect you from a danger is simply not true. And what the job is to do with that, to move through that fear, is to make a decision about why you want to build an online business, and then the other steps that come after that, which I'll talk to you about in future videos. But the first step after the second step after the first one, i.e. understanding that you've got to manage your mind, we've got to manage our thoughts. As James E. Rowan says, we've got to stand guard at the door of our mind, because it is going to mess with us when we are learning to do something new. We want to go for a goal we've never achieved before. That is what the voice is going to do. And then the next thing is to get the right training and the right support. Just like learning how to drive a car, you had a driver coach teaching us. We need a driver coach to teach us how to develop and build an online business and be there to support us on the journey until our business is up and running. Well, not even until, when it is and beyond, depending on how far we want to go. But that's the next part of the element. And if you want coaching and information about how to transform your goal of building an online business, learning how to build another revenue stream, go to my Transformed You website below, and it'll explain how me and my business partners are helping people to build online businesses, newbies, beginners. And the key word here is learning how to do it. I'm not saying in this video I've done it all, that I'm making all this money. My whole focus is here around the learning how to do with it, because there's so many different ways that you can do it. But this training that we have got, and I have aligned with Justin and Stuart, you'll see down below, we're helping people learn the process, like learning how to drive a car. So if you want to learn how to drive an online business and grow it and find your niche and find what it is you want to do, check that out. But coming back, I'll wrap this video up. I just want to close off with these words. You deserve to have whatever it is that you want, and don't think that people are thinking about what you want, because they're not. That is just fear dressed up in a different coat, whatever. Fear is so sneaky, it's going to try and do anything to protect us. And I believe that very often fear can be the killer of our dreams and our goals, just trying to stop us from doing something that could potentially put us in danger, but we're not in danger. So please take this message. If you want to learn how to build an online business and you're brand new, you are the perfect age. at the perfect time, with the perfect experience and the perfect background and the perfect everything to learn and do this for you and whatever goal it is that's related to you creating an online business. I believe that for me, and I believe that for you, even at times when our brain won't let us believe that. We have got to keep going. We've got to move forward to achieve our goals and learn on the way. The beginning for beginners is the learning process. Don't look too far ahead. That's what I've had to be careful with, is looking at my colleagues that I'm aligned with through our Transformed You business. Some people are doing wonderful results and amazing things, but I'm not there yet. And I plan to be there one day, but for now, just focus on this first step, the starting, having a look, getting the right support, the right training, and not jumping all over the place, and finding a single source of information and people that can help you turn your goals into reality, which is building an online business that can give you the money to help either supplement your lifestyle or completely fund everything that you want, because it's possible. I believe in me, I believe in you, and let's go after our goals and dreams and make them a reality. Let's transform whatever idea we have, any goal we have, into reality. We've got this. Let's keep moving forward. I'll share more videos soon on how newbies, beginners can go to the next stage to build your own online business and your own internet income machine. Sending love. Ciao for now.